The opinions and information in this video are strictly those of What's Up Bob and are to be viewed as entertainment purposes only and not to be used or considered as expert advice. Use of such information is at your own risk with no recourse. Now get to the chopper and enjoy the video.
Welcome back. This is What's Up Bob. I know you've all missed me. I've been around, just been really busy in retirement. But I'm coming out of retirement temporarily because I am super excited about the new InstaMic Pro Plus C unit. Now, as y'all know, I worked with, from some of my previous videos up here or there, wherever they're at, I was one of the first people to work with InstaMic and their CEO, Michele Baggio, on how to make my Insta360 camera work with an InstaMic, right? Which I'm using right now very well, as you see, my old unit. And it worked well, you know, it used the same kind of protocol that the AirPods did. For those of you that had the Insta360 One R, or Insta360 One R, it would work with AirPods. And I was able to get it to work with the old InstaMic. And we made it through, and I've been able to use it on my vlogs over the years. But it's had its share of bugs, just like anything will when it's a new technology. So fast forward 4 or 5 years, I don't know how long it's been, and I was reading there was the new version, the Pro Plus C. C standing for USB-C. Yep. The standard big USB-C plug will plug now into the bottom of the new unit. They've improved the Bluetooth protocol in the microphone, which means it should sync up better and work better now. That was always one of the things. Sometimes it would want to connect, but not always, and sometimes it would drop. Some little issues like that. We think those are all worked out. So Michele was good enough to send me one of the new models to go ahead and work with my old Insta360 One R and just to see how well it works, some of the new improved features, and put it in my helmet, take it out on the road. Let's see how it actually works. So we're going to do that at the end. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to do an unboxing real quick. All right, so get this out of the way for now. We don't need this. We'll need it later. Let's just pop this guy open. Everything's always packaged real nicely with the InstaMic. And here they're supporting us for supporting them. And that's kind of a nice thing. Again, it's from the InstaMic team and Michele Baggio. Hope I'm saying that right, Michele, by the way. I tried to look up the Italian pronunciation, so if I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. So there is our new InstaMic. And you can see the design is a little bit smaller. Not smaller, it's the same size form factor. Doesn't have all of these dents and things that the other one had on and the InstaMic logo. Much cleaner. So if you are using this for professional recording or whatever, you don't have all those logos and things. Much cleaner look. Appears to be much easier to press on and off now. Here's the big thing though, that USB-C port. Wow. Let's see what else we got in here. Got your quick setup guide. Turn on, turn off. That's basically what that is. You can get so much information out at their support site. There'll be a link down below. If you want to purchase this or get more information on it, click the link in my description down below. It'll tell you all about this. So we were talking about the USB. They give you a nice little short one. What else is in here? You have 3 different types of mounts. You've got the one that has the 3M on one side, and then there's Velcro, if you can see that. So you have that mount, and then this is the awesome one. You don't want to have your credit cards around this thing because this is the magnet. Watch this. Boom, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah. So it makes it really handy just to snap it onto your shirt collar or wherever, it'll stay put. It will not go anywhere. All right, so that you now have seen everything that comes in the box, very important to go out and get the latest version of firmware to do that. And InstaMic does have some information out on their website on how to do that. You do want to make sure that you're using the link to register and the link for the software for the Pro Plus. There's the older version and there's the Pro Plus version. You're going to want to use Pro Plus. So let's go ahead and get this thing updated so we can start using it.
Several long days later.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
So, I successfully went out to InstaMic's website, registered my new InstaMic, got the email link to update the firmware, did all that. It connected right up to my Insta360 One R, and man, it was working great. So anyway, I was able to get it to pair up with mine. And I said, so I thought to myself, the world is good. I'm on a roll. So I decided to update my One R to the latest firmware. Since I hadn't been using it for probably about the last year or so, give or take, that was a bad decision. After I updated the firmware on the One R to the latest version, I was no longer able to connect the InstaMic or my AirPods, which always connected like a rock star up to this. Every time. But I could not get them to connect to the One R with the One R's new firmware. I tested it several times over a 2-day period, pulling out my hair. You see there's not much hair left back here because I've been pulling it out, trying to figure all this out. And I had to come up with a method to put the old version of firmware back on here. I was able to do that. I'll just tell you, there'll be a separate video at some point to tell you how to do it. It's a pain in the ass. That's all I can say. So what I had to do is load 1.3.8.1 back onto this. That's what you want to keep on your One R if you want to pair up your InstaMic or your Insta360. Do not put on Insta360's version 2.0.8.1. Do not use that. I'm just telling you and warning you right now. Now I am corresponding with technical support with the Insta360 people. Haven't heard back from them yet. They've taken all the information, log files, all this. I'm waiting to hear back for the solution. But as of this video today, today's like June 17th, there is not a solution for putting that new version on here and making your devices pair up wirelessly. So don't do it, is just in my opinion. All right, let's go ahead and get this paired up. First thing we do, turn on the InstaMic. It'll go through an initialization sequence. Come on over to the InstaMic app on our phone. Tap on Bluetooth microphone, tell it OK. Goes out and it looks for ours, it's searching, it says it found it. And it's going to tell you you're in the hands-free profile mode. We're going to go down to the microphone button. Just tell this OK. So for the helmet, we're going to set this at a -5 per InstaMic's recommendation for putting inside your helmet, which is what we're going to do. We're going to click on Enable Streaming. And as you can see now, the lights are flickering over here because we're streaming, so we don't need this anymore. Let's come on over and turn our Insta360 on. And we're going to go to the settings. We're going to go to where it says AirPods. Going to tell it to start the search and to connect. Found it, so we click on it. Go back, and we're ready to go. Now, I put the old version back on here. I'm paired up to this. I'm ready to head out to the bike, take a ride, put this thing in my helmet. Let's see how she works. Let's go!
All right, this is the InstaMic at a -5 with the windsock on the inside of my helmet. How are you hearing me? -10 dB with windsock inside helmet. Which is what we're doing right now. This is 30 miles per hour. We're talking at 30 miles per hour. What do you think? 30 miles per hour with the windsock inside my helmet. This would probably be my normal vlogging tone of voice, amplitude. Coming up to a stop sign. Alright, coming up to a stop sign. It'll be interesting to see what the difference is when we compare these later. This is 40 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour. This is 40 miles per hour, 40 miles per hour. Tuck it in a regular voice. 40 miles per hour. This is 45 miles per hour into a wind. This is 45 miles per hour into a breeze. 45 into a breeze. This is 50 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour in fourth gear. This is 50 miles per hour in a normal voice, 50 miles per hour in a normal voice. I would probably never be vlogging at this speed. Alright, so what'd you think of that? That was a -5 with the windsock inside my helmet. Alrighty, so what'd you think about that? That was a -10 with the windsock inside my helmet. Alright, don't expect a lot from this. It's on my lapel, as you can see right there on my jacket. I'm set at 0 dB with the windsock on. Going 30 miles an hour, and I'm talking in just a slightly louder voice. This is 30 miles per hour, talking in a slightly louder voice. 30 miles per hour. Miles per hour, talking in a regular voice. See, I think if I was just going slow, this would be acceptable. If I was just doing 20 miles an hour like I am right now, I think you can hear me okay. Now, if I was just doing 20 miles per hour like I've seen in some of the demonstration videos, so at 40 miles an hour, I feel like I need to yell because I feel all the wind in my face. That's 40 miles per hour. I feel like I'm having to talk a little bit louder going into the wind. There's 40 miles an hour. I feel a lot of wind resistance. Must be a minimum 45 miles per hour. I'm really having to shout. It feels like. I'm sure we're picking up all kinds of wind noise. I tell you, vlogging in an open face helmet, it just don't get it, I don't believe. This is 50 miles an hour, and I can't even hear myself talk right now, so I have no idea what you're going to hear. That's 50 miles per hour. I can't even hear myself talk hardly, and I feel like I'm having to shout. Alright, so what do you think of that? Down to 30 here. Look at that nut in front of me. Do you see him? My goodness. What an idiot. So now what do you think about that? That was probably a total waste of my time and yours. But let's hear a little bit about the analysis as we ride back home.
So overall, I'm really pleased with the way the InstaMic interfaces with my Insta360 One R. I love having the wireless portion of it. It has very clear sound, especially when you're not riding at 50 miles per hour. Speaking of which, I think that inside the helmet with the windsock on, at a -10 dB seemed to be the right setting for me. And then went it on my jacket, about the -5 sounded best. There was less wind clipping, especially at that 50 mile per hour. So those are all things that we can adjust and change a little bit from time to time to tweak what actually works best for you. But for general guidelines, I'd say start with those levels that I just given you. I also want to give a bit of thanks to Michaela Baggio and the rest of the InstaMic team for giving me the opportunity to go ahead and do a review and actually find some of the little buggy things with my Insta360 One R now that needs to be resolved.
So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. So the links to the InstaMic are down below, and I appreciate you giving them a little clicky. I get a little bit of a feedback, monetary feedback if you buy from that link, so I would do appreciate it. While you're there, click on subscribe and like and all that other stuff down below. That would be cool too. In the meantime, this has been What's Up Bob, coming temporary out of retirement, saying we'll be seeing you.